Hello, my name is Ian McLeod and I am a member of the Cruise Lecturers Association. My specialization is military history and peace implementation and humanitarian action in current conflict areas. I was a career officer in the British Army for 35 years, retiring in 1995 in the rank of brigadier. I was commissioned into the Parachute Regiment and served in and travelled to many parts of the world, including operations in Aden and Northern Ireland. On retiring from the Army, I worked for 4 years in the former Yugoslavia in various organisations in such activities as peace treaty implementation and ceasefire monitoring. For the past 14 years, I've been a part-time armed forces delegate with the International Committee of the Red Cross, the ICRC, where I have worked in over 40 countries on missions concerning interaction between this humanitarian organisation and armed forces. I'm also a guide on the North African battlefields of the Second World War. I'm a member of the International Guild of Battlefield Guides and have a master's degree in military history. I've had a lifelong interest in military history and have always taken the opportunity to visit battlefields, no matter how obscure or difficult to reach, wherever my various travels have taken me. My aim will be to bring alive the campaigns and battles relevant to the specific areas where a cruise might be at any time, to give an idea of what happened as we passed through. I will concentrate on what actually happened and not try to speculate on what might or should have happened. While some priority will be given to the First World War of 1914-18 as we approach the centenary of this terrible global conflict, I will also go into other campaigns relevant to the cruise destinations. I will cover the Second World War, and I have a particular interest to talk about the many campaigns of the Victorian era. During my travels, I've had the good fortune to live in such countries as Pakistan and Sudan, where many of those battlefields, so well known to our Victorian ancestors, are now forgotten and hard to get to. As we cruise between the various destinations, I will describe what it was like for those brave and frightened men who sailed the same seas, but at some other time in history, who instead of landing on friendly and welcoming shores, will be going ashore, as in the words of the war poet Alan Seeger, to a rendezvous with death, at some disputed barricade, on some scarred slope of battered hill, or at midnight in some flaming town. I will look at the strategic picture, why it happened, and what the leaders and commanders felt they had to do. The tactical picture, as what this meant to fighting units that had to close with and hopefully defeat their enemies, and to the personal level of the individual soldiers and their hardships and sacrifice. Thank you for the opportunity to introduce myself, and I'm really looking forward to sharing with your passengers some of the more traumatic events that shape the history of your cruise areas and of the world.